you know? Bringing our heads to the rhythm of the code. We don't care about dollars or the shiny blade. We're just holding to zero. It's on every day. Round tripping positions, that's how we roll. We gon' make a dollar, won't celebrate. We're the zero holders, are after we say. Zero holders are after we say. Say. Zero holders, we're the kings of the sea. The none for your money, it's the land and the tree. We're all on the zero, it's our way to be. In the world of NFTs, we're wild and free.
All right, Mega GMs, guys. Oh, boy. It is Saturday, December 27th. Detective mode, man. Something's going on over in the Flow ecosystem this morning. Token price getting, oh my God, fucking battered. And we might have a little hacker compromise or something. We're going to do a little digging. Good morning, boys. Choina, good morning, dude. I know we got Choina like our 20 minutes. It's crazy. Avagachi's still cooking. You know what I mean? Like, I love those guys. I love Coder Dan. Good group. CJ, good morning, sir. Good to see you. Hoods, good morning. Love that guy. Cutie, good morning. Good crew here this morning. Yeah, what the hell is going on in Flow? I do too. Love Flow. I love Flow. It's better. Hey, these shows, I don't want to call them a show, especially on the weekend. Weekend streams are, they're just a vibe. They're the best when like you do all your prep for it and then none of it matters because something's happening. And that's the best. That's the best when there's like a big old happening in the space. I don't know if this is a big one yet. It might be. It actually might be. Let's dig in because I don't think we know what actually has happened yet other than token price just getting, fucking obliterated. Flow tokens down like 40%. I think it even was down 50% in, over the past 24 hours, but this is kind of like happening now-ish. So, depending on where we go today too, we'll chat Flow again. We're going to do some digging live. You guys dig in too if you want. But I'm hoping we actually get to this today, and if not today, maybe it's a tomorrow thing. But Brian Armstrong, Rick Rubin, dude, it's a mashup I didn't know I needed, but I do. I do need that. Yeah, Brian Armstrong podcast with Rick Rubin. Definitely want to check that out. I don't know how long it is. Oh, it's 2 hours. All right, we're not going to watch the whole thing. But I want to check it. I want to spot check it, especially if they got timestamps. Would love to hit that. What's up, Edge? Good morning, man. Good to see you. Hey, how was Christmas, by the way, guys? We'll probably talk a little Christmas and whatever, but I do want to jump right to Flow. Right to Flow. This tweet came out an hour ago. Flow blockchain saying the Flow Foundation investigating a potential security incident affecting the Flow network. Engineer team collaborating with network partners. I wonder if there's a Dex on Flow that was compromised. It's something like in that vein. Dude, Rick Rubin is the GOAT. Something in that vein. Something's happening on Flow right now. What's interesting right off the bat, guys, is the Flow Foundation, Flowverse account suspended. Or did they tag the wrong account? They might have tagged the wrong account here. Oh, I'll bet that's what it is because I think this tweet got updated. Let me peek. I think that's what it is. Kind of false alarm there. Yeah. Hang on. Let's check real quick. I think they tagged the wrong account. But again, I just want to dig in and see what's now. Yeah, trending thing. Token down 50%. And yeah, I think they just tagged the wrong account here. Crashed Flow from 17 cents down to 8. I can't believe Flow is that low, man. I can't believe it's that low. Zober, good morning, man. With well over 100,000 cryptos of it. Are we higher than that too? We got to be even higher, right? There's 100,000. I mean, we're in the millions, right? But like there's like a million pump fund tokens, right? But no, you're right. You're right. Most will go, well, yeah. And always was going to happen. We knew this. If everything is going to get tokenized and every word is going to get like in a stupid kind of way. Every word, because tickers are hashtags, every word is going to get tokenized and each word will get tokenized like a million times over. Infinite tokens. None of them matter. We're going through like the coolest. I think the coolest. It's a cool moment, man. I'll just say that. It's a really, really interesting moment here in crypto where like reality setting in. This moment was like so obvious when Trump launched his token. And everybody's like, you can't launch another token so quick with Melania. They're like, you can't do that. No, you're fucking up your token. It's like, no. You don't get what that just did. It already was there. We were already at the point where you could just launch a token, one click token. But the Trump token is what woke everybody up. Ooh, I love this. Yep. Everything. Okay, back to Flow. We'll come back to some token talk, but remember taking part in the Flow ICO, bunch of NFTs on Flow. Haven't thought about Flow since you sold your tokens. Yeah. Flow is so wild because they still have, one of one of the best products in all of crypto, especially like in NFTs, especially, right? It's hard to argue NBA Top Shot isn't just like the best. It's the best. And how many of us came to NFTs because Top Shot, right? I did, even if it's not where I was like buying right away. My first NFTs, hang on, am I glowing? All right. My first NFTs weren't Top Shot moments, but it was Top Shot, NBA Top Shot that got me looking at NFTs. I heard like the buzz around it. I'm like, okay, let me go figure out this NFT thing because there's something here for sure. And there was something there for sure. Okay. So price drops to 8 cents, man. Good Lord. Bounce back to 10 cents, 170 million market cap gone, evaporated. And you know what's so interesting? Here's what's so extra dangerous about like these kind of things right now is normally you expect a rebound, right? That's what you would expect. Token price just the dump after whatever the issue, and we still need to figure that out. Token price dump, and you want to buy, right? Your like instinct is probably I got to buy because this is going to bounce back and get right back to where it was. That might not be the case anymore. Right, as people are just thinking, kind of like Zober was saying, of like how many cryptos there are. Okay, if we think there's going to be this slow bleed out of everything to zero or like to realistic prices, which it is, that's exactly what's happening. Well, like when you get a crash, it's a quick shortcut to that level to price discovery. You get that crash and you're thinking, okay, I buy back because it's going to bounce back, but should I doesn't make sense. Do people actually think there's value here in this token now at this price? And again, I think those days are maybe done for now as far as that expected bounce back. We'll see with Flow, but I think people are going to stop and think, well, was it overvalued to begin with? These crashes, these incidents, again, a shortcut to price discovery that everybody else is just going to see it happen over the next year or more. Crazy. That's why I'm not letting off the gas with your daily brainstorm. Oh, dude, Hoods, that's the best thing about you, dude. Honestly, that's the best thing about you is just that you keep doing the thing. Yeah, I love it. Invited to be part of the alpha testing. Wow. Dude, China, some of those are worth something, right? You have like some beta moments, kind of? Or not even beta, but the early stuff. Wow. Dude, that's crazy. Well, Zober, you're going to love the news today then. I know you saw this because you're on top of shit, but the Yuga Labs news is pretty big. It's a metaverse play. The Yuga Labs now all in on metaverse, and I love it. And I don't know if it's going to work, but I love it. That's the right direction for those guys. I love it. Top Shot's great. And I love NFL all day, right? I've still got not a ton of moments, but I have some moments. And God, I remember hitting that, legendary nothing burger car, but it was a legendary, and it was like what was it? David Mills. Maybe like this budding rookie star. David Mills legendary edition number 1, and I'm like, there it is. There it is. I finally got something that's gonna be special. And nope. Dude's dude's riding the bench, or is he like retired even? He's like a nothing burger. But I got number 1. Pretty cool. Okay, we got to peek at what's happening here with Flow. Like, what was the incident? What happened? I don't want to vape right now. Let's Zin. The Zin goes in. My wife, check it out. This is so gross. I know. I'm sorry, but this is what my wife packed my stocking with. Fucking awesome. Fucking awesome. And we'll talk New Year's resolutions. Actually, we'll talk tomorrow about that, or tomorrow, because next weekend, New Year, New Year's resolutions. I got to lock back in a way that I haven't done in years, but I think, I hate that I'm saying I think, because I know what it takes to do a thing. I know, because I've done it before. Doing I think isn't the energy you need that works going in. It's not a think. It's like I am, I need to quit nicotine. I need to get off nicotine. And next year's got to be hitting everything hard. And in fact, even thinking it needs to start next year is the wrong approach. It needs to be right this moment, right as of right this moment, and I'm not there. Your friend was head of alt day. Wow. China, there's so much. That's why you can't keep on top of everything. It's too much. It's too much stuff. It's too much. But it's why, it's why the group thing works and helps. And, it's why, I just need to throw it all away, to be honest. I just like it so much, dude. Like, especially like my personality, very addictive and all that. I need that rush, but I can find that rush in work again. Thinking so much. I'm getting distracted. I'm thinking so much about the content streaming. Thinking a lot about that it probably needs to end, to be honest, but not end, but also like it takes a lot of time, and it's either do it the way it needs to be done, the marketing and the tweeting, and or just do something else that you can do and put that time in. So thinking a lot about shit. Next year can't just be the same. Can't just be just like this year. Can't be that. All right. So let's see if we got any updates here about what's happened. This is 28 minutes ago, so a little fresher than I've seen. Let's see. On-chain data shows a whale wallet dump and flow. In fact, you know what? We've got one of these tweets here. Let me kill this. But yeah. Somebody's dumping. Oh, wow. I didn't know it was this bad, though. Bridges aren't working. Deposits suspended. People panic selling. But that's like secondary effect here, right? It's a single wallet. Maybe more, but let's just say a single wallet on HTX. So is this a DEX over on Flow? Keeps dumping tokens, 10%, killing the token, 10% haircuts every single time on this token price. Wow. Yeah, selling like $40,000 worth at a time, over and over and over. Oh, dude, multiple times a minute too. Okay. So like platform got hacked, right? I'm assuming that's what it is. A DEX or a bridge or something got compromised, flow token stolen, somebody dumping tokens. What's interesting is if they shut off bridges, does this person have a way to get his funds off Flow? That's what I'm trying to find. What a thing, dude. Never a dull moment. And just when Flow was like on this like interesting new, like, they got a new story. They've got what is it called? They have two products now. They have like that yield. They have that new like yield farming product. And there was one other thing they had. Right? I'm pretty sure it was two announcements they made here. Like within the past month. In fact, Luke was on our show 2 weeks ago talking about it. And I love that dude. I keep wanting to say Flow Cash, but that's not it. But just when Flow is coming out with some new products and some new offerings and like a better way to just earn yield and that, and now this is the last thing they need right now when they're like in this, recovery mode. Um Interesting. I do want to check that because they are going more like in the finance direction, which I didn't picture for Flow. Flow for me was always yikes. Flow for me was always like it was collectibles, right? And things have changed and collectibles ain't gonna cut it anymore, which is crazy. All right, let me see. I just want to find the name of that product, but also gonna keep digging, want to see if we've identified where the hole was here. Um who remembers the name of this product? It's bad that I forget it already. Here, maybe it's not a is it a Dapper Lab thing? No. Yeah, Peak it is. It is. Peak Money. Peak Money is what I'm thinking about. So you guys saw this, I hope recently. If not, it's just like pretty awesome yields. And this is their direction. They're going more finance, which is very cool. And I think we're gonna get some early access codes to this, uh, courtesy of our friend over there. So if you're interested in this, then just keep in touch, right? I think we're gonna get early access codes. But on to Flow. Again, I could probably check a better it's probably a better chart to be using, but we're looking at CoinGecko. Yeah, down 40%. Look at this. So this happened, it's just this morning. So let's see. This whatever happened 4 hours ago. Yeah, 4 hours ago. So what happened? All right, let's peek. Let's see if we got any tea here. Okay, Flow Foundation announcement. Yes. Darn, that's gonna be hard to see. Let me change our view. Let's go. Does that work better? Hang on. Dude, I've changed my layout so much because how many different, streams we do now. I've lost like my layout to make this full screen. Hang on. Let me whip one up real quick. Sorry, I just want to make the screen bigger for you. Wow, dude, that's crazy. So let's go boom, boom, camera. Sorry, this isn't gonna look good, but here, let's go down there and almost ready. Almost ready. Okay, I think this will work. It's gonna look pretty bad, but whatever, it'll work. Okay, full screen. Almost there, guys. Holy shit, that looks terrible. Whatever. Jesus. All right, I'll do this later, but see if we can get this in at least. All right. Major South Korean exchanges. Okay, we got Upbit, BitThumb, Coin One, suspending flow deposits. Okay. Dude, this is so bad. Hang on. There. Little better. Terrible. Good lord, what a rookie. Um this is as of like an hour or so ago, but whoever the bad actor is still had man, 1.5 million tokens that they're obviously going to dump. If they didn't get their money off that exchange, though, if they didn't get it off, they may not get their sweet gains. They may not lock in those profits here. Um, I'm more curious about recovery, man. I'm way more curious about that. I'm not convinced it bounces back. I'm not. I'm not. I think it's different now, boys. I do. All right. More on flow. Let's see. Again, I want to see what and where and how, and I know we'll get that at some point today. Here, let's go latest. Um, Bybit deposit suspended. Um, what a silly tweet. What a silly like calling it a rug is crazy. Just I couldn't think of like a worse way to describe it. Um, Again, same stories here, but exchanges are what um basically locking your funds right now. Basically. But does it bounce back? Who Well, here's the question for you guys. Who's buying? Who's going to buy flow here? Because here's what I'm curious about. Flow falls 40 something percent, almost 50%, now sitting at 171. Dude, can you believe flow is at 171 mil? That's the market cap. 171 mil. That's crazy. It's crazy that it's that low. Um, but who's buying? Dude, a year ago. Hang on, let me get my math right here. I mean, we were 5 times higher a year ago. Bonkers. I didn't realize, guys, I didn't realize Flow is not even a billion-dollar token. I don't know why I didn't realize, maybe I'm not looking at Flow. There's why. Why is this saying, oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say, why is this saying 250 mil? But that's before the dump. Yeah, I didn't realize Flow was not a billion-dollar token. I didn't know it was a year ago. A year ago was 1.2 bill. It is now a tenth of that. Not quite a tenth, but wow. And I'm not so sure. Maybe there's a little short-term play here, but I'm not so sure people are racing back to buy anything. Anything. That said, I got some market thoughts. Got some thoughts about where we're going. Still pretty, I mean, believe it or not, optimistic for next year based on nothing but like gut and feels and nothing technical. What's up, Benny? Oh man. But Benny, if you're talking about this is not a thing you can you didn't it's not a bad play. Right? You didn't play the wrong token or whatever, and maybe timing ain't great, but how do you plan for something like this? I'll tell you, this shit scares me so much though. This is why I say a lot, and especially like I had Neox on the show earlier in the week, and I said, dude, I don't do any of these like yield earning bearing protocols. I don't do any of this stuff. I don't do anything because I don't trust any of these platforms. None of them. If you've been around for 5+ years, I still don't trust you. I don't trust this stuff. I wish that's not the case. The whole beauty of the blockchain is supposed to be trust. It's kind of like one of the main selling points of it. And it's, man, what a crazy thing to say, right? But it's true. I don't trust these platforms. This is not a flow comment, by the way. It's just anything. I don't trust any of them. And so I don't want to take the money that I have preserved and the wins I've made this cycle and shove them into some protocol that I'm trusting is going to earn me 5% or 7 or 10%, which is awesome, but I don't trust it. I don't trust that I'm not going to wake up one morning and it's gone. Just like something like this. We see this way too often. And it's getting crazy. I don't trust Ledger. I don't trust, well, you saw Trust Wallet this week. I don't trust MetaMask, even though MetaMask is kind of leaning into the security kind of angle. I don't trust it. I don't trust any of this stuff, man. It's a bummer. So again, Benny, it's like not a bad play or bad call. It's not a comment on you being good or bad at crypto, but it's just it's the nature of the beast. It sucks. Government and crypto will be together. Trust government. Never, bro. Right? Never. I was watching that. What's that guy's name? Nick something. You know, that super right wing kid that goes and does like the IRL, like he goes to protests and he goes to whatever. And he just went around Minnesota, was going to these like daycare centers and stuff and trying to expose fraud, and it's crazy stuff. Trust nothing. Trust nothing. Although government would be better if everything was on chain. But they're not going to put the important stuff on chain. This, shady, seedy shit they do, that's not going on chain. It's all breaking. And still, I say this a lot too, I still think everything we're touching right now, blockchain and AI is the solution to. And I picture like 50 years in the future, and I won't be around for it most likely. Some of you will be. I hope all of you, but I doubt I'll be around for that 50 years from now. And I picture that this is all the solution to all the shady shit. Benny, on the other hand, bought a Retardio cousin last week and they doubled in price. There you go. That's a sweet play. I think NFTs they're still an opportunity. They're a fun play. There's some interesting stuff in NFTs here. All right. Do we have anything new? Is anybody pointing out some of what's going on here? I want to see like what happened. Oh, maybe here. What do we have? Seems like Flow Team Hacker is an insider. I'm going to say I doubt that it's an insider. I don't know. Just lean that way right off the bat. Funded by Fix Float. He obtained Flow from some app. That's helpful. Probably keys leaked from a team, or see, this is what's interesting is where did it originate? Something going on with Dash, huh? All right, let's peek at Dash 2. If somebody's keys were compromised, right? Either person or, a platform, but somebody on a team, and he's not necessarily saying the Flow team. It could have been a specific DEX or protocol or whatever. Back in my day, Luna, you can't talk about. Well, no, I was gonna say you can. You're old enough. You can say back in my day. When kids say back in my day, it cracks me up. My son did this week. He was using my car. My kid's in town. And he was using my car, and he's like, "Man, great memories in that car." I'm like, "Bro, that was 2 months ago." To boot, I remember off the chain. Do we have Dash news? Is something actually happening with Dash? Not Nick Fuentes. It's that newer kid. It's the newer kid. Maybe his name's not even Nick, but the new kid who goes around to the like protests, and Nick Flurfy or Flaffy or Fluffy. I don't know, something like that. Might not even be Nick. Yeah, what is going on with Dash? Would you say there, by the way, Edge volume? Yeah, we'll come back. Let's see. I want to see Flow. Like what platforms? Where is this happening? That's what I want to see. And I don't know if they got their funds off the chain too. As of 3 minutes ago, I'm not, I don't trust anything I'm seeing quite yet, but yeah, we don't even know if that money's made it off chain. That's what's up. We know, Edge. We know. Oh, by the way, real talk, and I wonder if he's watching now. You guys ever have that moment where you realize like your friend, maybe even your best friend's a fucking idiot? You have that moment? You're like, holy shit. Like, oh damn. Like I didn't realize. Nick Shirley, there we go. That's it. You had a moment here since yesterday with my best bud, my best friend. I'm like, oh, my best friend's an actual retard. Like I didn't. There were signs. It was one of those things. There were signs I should have known, but I learned. I learned he's actually retarded. I'm so curious if he's going to jump in the comments. He's probably sleeping, but learned my best bud's an actual smooth brain. Crazy. Changes a lot. It does. I hope he's watching. Luna, you're too smart. That would never be about you. Luna, you're too. Here's what it is. So I've been telling my bud, I'm like, dude, he's never seen Dune. I'm like, dude, watch Dune. It's a fucking masterpiece. Dune 2 especially, but I'm like, if you've not seen Dune, like you have to. It's just you know, I've been on this Dune kick. I'm like, it's fucking amazing. Like just amazing. Dune 2 especially. Dune 1 I like a lot, but it's not what Dune 2 is. And Dune 2 I'm like, that's a special movie. That's a special fucking movie. Anyway, he hates it. He thinks it's like dumb and like shitting on the pacing and the casting and the story and all. And I'm like, you can't be serious. You can't be serious. Like you can't think Dune is bad. You can not like it, but you can't think it's bad. He thinks it's bad. He thinks it's bad. And that's when it hit me. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. I got it. Okay. Okay. I love you if you're watching, but holy shit. Everything's changed now. I get it. You get personal like tastes and whatever. Yeah. But Dune is bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Fuck, man. All right. Woo Blockchain posting here too. Let's see if they got any new info. According to Binance market data, price of flow plummeted today, dropping from 17 cents to as low as let's just say 8 cents. Investigating security, blah, 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 blah. Bithumb suspended deposits and withdrawals of flow tokens. And it's got a risk warning from the Digital Asset Exchange Association in South Korea. Okay, so we have nothing new still. But where, guys? Where? Where's it happening? What exchange? Who was compromised? How were they compromised? We're gonna find out soon. I imagine we're gonna find out like while we're here live. But I'm itching to know. In fact, you know what? This is where you start going and peeking at your little secret group chats. You start seeing who's saying what. Because you know these people are all over. Right? These the people on those teams, they're all over. Let's see who's saying what. And I'm curious what's the fixed float story here. Just funded wallet came from there. I don't know. I don't care. English, good morning, man. All right, let's see. So we gave the algo a little direction here. We want flow. Let's see if it. Ooh, let's pull that aside. We're talking silver today too. It's not good either. Damn. All right. Bro. Oh, gee, that's the best thing I've seen today so far. A little techno Viking remix. Fuck yeah. That's badass. I showed my kids techno Viking like a few months back. They'd never seen it before, dude. These kids haven't seen some of the OG internet memes, right? They haven't seen them. They have no idea. All right. Yeah, Luna, I'll message you. Yeah. It's not for here. Still nothing. No updates. Okay. Well, that's an hour ago. Anything? Yeah, I think we got nothing. So we may just circle back to flow. Just itching for Something new. Something new. All right. Yeah, nothing. Nothing yet. All right, keep your eyes out, guys. I'm gonna do the same. I'm gonna pull it off to the side. And I'm gonna keep watching. Keep checking back in with Flow. Um, and let's pull silver off here. Okay. All right. We'll come back to Flow when we have another update there, but for now, just know, yikes. And I'm still curious, who's buying? Who's buying? Compromise. Normally, it's like, okay, that's your chance to get in and get some like easy free money. I don't know about now. I don't know. I really do think it's people. I think at this point, you're questioning like valuations. Flow at what was it, 170 mil? Like, does it get back to 250? Does it have any upside? You know what I mean? I don't know. Trying to have fun, brother. Good to see you. All right, let's peek at prices here real quick. We're basically across the board. We just have all these new major stable coins called Bitcoin, called ETH. Yuck, dude. Bitcoin 87.4, ETH 29, BNB 840, Ripple 185, and Solana 122. It's weird seeing Sol down there. Real weird. It's gonna be even weirder seeing it sub 100. I don't like it. I don't like it, dude. What's up, Picasso? Good to see you, man. Oh, by the way, Luna, did lighter TGE did not happen yet, right? I saw some I think some pre-market trading, but TGE did not happen yet. What's up, DK? Good morning, man. Not yet. Okay. Well, any day now, right? I think this year, right? Like we get it. Well, I shouldn't say we, but you get it before the new year. Anyway, not great. Not a great start to the day for the Flow Bros, especially for the Flow Bros. Um, Here we're gonna come back to Genius Act 2. There's some happenings around the Genius Act, which is already passed, right? But a lot of talk about, well, it's really about the Clarity Act, but there's some fuckery going on with even the Genius Act here still too, right? And this has to do with yields and the kind of yields that are offered by these crypto platforms and big banks, big banking. What doesn't want it? Doesn't want it. Damn, that's baller, Luna. Look at that. Luna's going to do a giveaway for some. Is it lit? Is the ticker lit? LIT. It's a cool ass ticker. I think that's it, right? Poor Flow, man. Nice, yeah, cool ticker. Um, Again, when peak money goes live, just a heads up, we should have some early access codes. We'll see. Damn, dude, Tech Dev's doing his thing. You know, Tech Dev has got me. Still, somebody who doesn't know any better too. But Tech Dev's still on his look, still on his he's got his narrative. It's the business cycle, narrative. And I'll buy it because I need hopium. And I also don't buy it because now, like, it's never been more clear that people who are selling a product, and this guy, like, I think newsletter and, his insights, and he's a smart guy, I think, but they're selling their product. So, of course, they need to keep you, kind of strung along and on board with their narrative, their thesis, their whatever. I hope. I don't buy it, but I hope. Every cycle, the same business. When is this from? December, early December. Business cycle reverses, small cap stocks break out, altcoins soar. I mean, again, I hope. Oh shit. Someone hacked Luna's buddy's account. Oh, no shit. That I'm telling you, dude, I'm scared of all these platforms, man. And that might not have been a platform issue, that's a personal security issue, but man, and it hits way too close to home, right? You guys uh like Henry got for the second time and just early Henry got wiped out. Henry got like reset to 0, dude. How much does that suck? I don't know. Dude, okay. We chatted a bit about this yesterday. Can't shake this. As much as I hope for the tech dev thing to play out, I really hope, and I see. Okay, we'll stick on the Dune thing, right? You guys, like, I hope everybody's familiar enough with Dune, even my retarded friend, right? And then when Paul drinks the blue water stuff and he sees everything and he sees all these potential futures, these potential outcomes, and he's like, I do see the way. It's like it's narrow, but I see the way through. And it's like, it's how I look at this market now. Like it's like Doctor Strange and Infinity Wars or Endgame or whatever. There's one outcome where they win, and it's like here. I'm like, I see the one outcome where that plays out, and it might tie into the way Peter Schiff talks about the economy, and that something terrible is coming, and I believe that too. I feel that. I drink some of the water of life or whatever, and I think we all see. I think that something not good is coming. I don't know, but it feels like that. And I do think it feels like the whole silver and gold thing is part of it. Something's going on. And of course, we're hoping like when that thing happens, it's good for crypto. I'm not so sure, right? We've got more and more, words from Marty Party that this is China selling Bitcoin, especially like very specifically China selling Bitcoin since 1010. Like all along, but also since 1010, ramping it up. Shit, kind of worrisome, fam. It feels like that's part of this conversation. That there's like an attack on the US dollar and maybe an attack on crypto. Maybe. I don't know. But this I feel is coming. Something bad is brewing. We'll see. This is a silver chart, guys. If you have been buying into it, there's been all this like hypey talk about silver now for years, and I didn't buy it. Literally didn't buy, but I didn't actually buy it, and I didn't actually buy the narrative. Man, I gotta say, dude, Luna, I'm very bullish on Zcash. I am very bullish on the privacy stuff. I am probably the most bullish on Midnight. And I still want to do a deep dive and understand the tokenomics and what the plans are for this Midnight, chain. I'm really getting bullish on Midnight. Zcash, Midnight, honestly, Monero, but next year, it's already started, but it's the year of privacy. It is. We keep, waiting to see what's the new meta that's coming. What's the next thing? It's here already. It's the timeline is so fucked that we don't see a lot of it, or it's just super early, or there's just so few people here right now. But the privacy thing is here, and the privacy meta is going to be massive. You don't buy it? Interesting. I buy it. I'm in. It makes man, it makes a lot of sense, and I think people are going to realize how important it is. And also, it's an uphill battle, right? Monero, you can't trade it on major exchanges. It's kind of like I don't know if it's illegal. I think it maybe is. I don't know. I don't know if that's like technically if it's illegal, but there will be a pushback against the privacy stuff, even with the SEC. Paul Atkins talking about how important privacy is going to be. I don't know what that'll look like, and we still have what like the co-founder of that Samurai wallet. Exactly. Yeah. It's like, how do these ideas like mesh, right? that they won't allow it, but also it's important and it's like also unavoidable and you can't stop it to a degree, but like, yeah. Yeah, something interesting. Okay, but so we've learned this over the past many years too. Friction is like your friend, right? For profits, and there's gonna be a lot of friction with these privacy coins and platforms and whatever. And I'm sensing some crazy opportunities are still ahead of us in privacy. Fact is, U.S. used to only use gold and silver as a currency. They changed to paper tiger, and now we're hoping it's a shift to Bitcoin. But I don't trust it. It's just words, and I don't think we can trust the words. But the privacy thing, there will be a big fight over the privacy stuff. I'm trying to think who here has brought up. Maybe it's Zober. Someone here brings up the samurai thing, you know, often enough. And I started seeing it on my timeline because I think the co-founder, co-creator, whatever, actually is in jail now. I think was just sentenced. Here, let me pull it up. There is going to be a battle over privacy. The biggest signal will be, does Trump pardon this guy, right? Here, this right here. This will be one of those big indicators for what it'll look like. Not sure if it matters, but most people just don't want to deal with Bitcoin. Yep. Yeah, it's totally true. And like for a bunch of reasons, it's either still too complicated. Like people still don't understand Bitcoin. They don't understand it, but also like the buying it and the reporting it. And there's so many reasons people don't fuck with Bitcoin. And like what I think the hope is they don't have to. They just get exposure to Bitcoin via stuff they are comfortable with, whatever that means. But yeah, Samurai Wallet founder, well, the co-founder got 5 years. One of them got 5 years, the other got 4 years. I think that's how it worked. But he actually, and his wife had posted, this is, yeah, within the past few days, um, actually behind bars as of right now, as of, the past couple of weeks, actually in jail for creating a privacy wallet. It's such a crazy thing, man. This gets back to like, is code free speech? And it is. The analogy somebody used for this, and it was perfect. It was wait, hang on. What was the analogy? Fuck, I got to remember it because it's perfect. Um, fuck, dude. It's not even like a complicated analogy. It was perfect. It was somebody using your thing to do something illegal with. And it was like the most like a very common example of it. It was around like piracy. It was something like it just like was such a clear fucking obvious thing. Maybe I bookmarked it. But again, point is, code is free speech. It should be. But by their actions, it's not. Trump is looking at this, by the way, which is awesome. I have a feeling Trump is going to do the right thing here and pardon this co-founder. Also, I don't know if both of the founders are based here in the States. I think they are. Hang on, let me see if I got the a bookmark for this. The analogy was awesome. It was perfect. Perfect. Dude, why can't I remember it? Holy shit. My brain is getting so bad. It's a perfect example. Oh, hey, random. All right, look away if you don't like bugs. Let me say this real quick. Totally off topic. If you don't like bugs, look away. It's cockroaches. It's disgusting. You guys see the viral cockroach thing today? I'm not going to show that. But there is a fucked up video going around this morning about cockroaches. Who saw it? I won't even describe it. Who saw it? Weird, my timeline's got cockroaches all over it. Not this video, by the way. This is just cockroach giving birth or whatever, right? Did you guys see the other cockroach video, the viral one this morning? If not, I guess go look it up. It's pretty. Luna, did you see the one this morning? The one this morning is pretty fucked up. Like, it takes a twisted mind to make that video. It's fucked up. It's on X. It's very easy to find. It's one of the more fucked up things I've seen. Just because like the thought that went into it is fucked up. God damn it. I can't find the analogy here. It was so good. Again, somebody doing something illegal with your thing. Dude, was it as stupid or simple as this? Like, it's like saying banks are liable if, I don't know, maybe this isn't it. If somebody's like, I don't know, funding, I don't know, terrorism, and they transfer their money into your account. But we've seen that happen to Binance got for that, right? So I don't know. Maybe that wasn't the example. If I show, it wouldn't go against any terms. It's not like gory or any. It's just fucked up. It's just a fucked up thing to do. But yeah, just search cockroaches. If you search cockroach, you'll see it this morning. It's just fucked up. It's something that probably a kid would do, but it would take a fucked up kid. But we don't think of cockroaches as like living, you know what I mean, in a way. Like, but okay, here's how you find it. There's a tweet that also went a little viral saying how we don't give a shit about like stomping on a cockroach, but if you do this to a cockroach, everybody like is going nuts about it. But like, it's a fucked up video. If I scroll, it might just show up too. But yeah, I ain't gonna show it. Anyway, silver. This silver. I mean, what even is this? What is happening? And there is something happening here. And also crazy. If you bought silver 4 weeks ago, you'd have outperformed holding ETH. Did I say 4? Yeah, 4 weeks ago, you outperformed 4 years of ETH. What a thing. Real. Actually real. There is something happening here. It is a China thing. I think that's part of it. I think maybe this is even most of it. But this is why, to Peter Schiff's point, there's something happening, and I'm a little worried about what's coming. And I don't know what's coming. I don't know. I don't know what it looks like. I have no idea. I just know something's coming. Gold hit all-time highs, yes. What's up, confusion? Yeah, apparently many banks are short silver, so they may end up requiring physical delivery, which is bad news for markets. Yeah. And here's the funny thing, like, so like I think, well, I have, and I bet all of us have heard about this silver shortage for a long time. Like a long time. This has been years. Years I've heard about silver is going to explode. Nobody's holding the correct amount of silver. It was like that was the thesis. They didn't buy it. It was because like it was on all these like conservative talk shows and it seemed like not scammy, but you know what I mean? Like it felt like a very forced narrative. And so I didn't buy any. And it turns out they were probably right. Not even probably, they clearly are right. So like there's some I don't want to make a mistake that I make a lot, which is things happening. I assume I've missed it. And I'm just like, I'm happy to watch it from the sidelines. I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying I'm going to go run and buy silver right now. I don't want to be top blasting silver right now, but I also don't want to sit on the sidelines and just watch it. And maybe more what I mean about that is I don't want to sit on the sidelines and not care about it and not understand it. I think instead of buying it, I just want to make sure I dive in, do the thing I did years ago with crypto and NFTs, like dive in and yeah, get some skin in the game, but understand it. I think I need to do that here with silver and, gold and all this, like need to. Silver, I don't know how many times. How many times did JP Morgan get caught manipulating silver price? I'm just going to assume a lot, and I don't know, but it's also fake. It's such high level fuckery everywhere, man. I can't stand it. I can't fucking stand it. And one of those things that probably drew a lot of us to crypto was like this was our chance to get out of that system. And you know what I mean? But it's here now too. It is. Um, Starting on January 1st, China will require government licenses to export silver. Part of what's going on right now. Maybe the biggest thing. Tucker connected the dots on what's driving the surge. Countries are moving away from the dollar. This is what worries me. There is something happening. The hopium here, we'll get a little further. That's probably it, Luna. I get it. I get involved with scams to learn about them. There's no better teacher. There's no better like way to learn than getting skin in the game for whatever reason. It's the same thing that makes me love NFTs, like the ownership thing. I have a different connection with NFTs than I have with, many other things because like you own it. It's skin in the game, but you know what I mean? Like you own the thing. And so like makes me care about it different. I would care about silver different if I own some. So I kind of feel like I need to buy some. Kind of feeling that way. But Tucker connects the dots. Countries are moving away from the dollar. We know this. We know there's a big thing happening, kind of behind the scenes, also very much in front of our faces, but something's happening. National debt's exploding. Dollar's been used as a diplomatic weapon. Get the fuck away, Fly. God, I hate using Mario Nafal as a source, but whatever. Confidence in our financial system is collapsing is part of what's happening too, I believe. Luna, am I in it already or is that something else? Silver is essential to countless industrial processes, solar panels, EVs to electronics. Something bad's coming. Yeah, there's that Musk tweet from before. Yeah. It's not good. Silver needed in many industrial processes. Something's going to happen. And maybe even this year. It feels like it's close, right? Something's about to break. So kind of use this analogy earlier in the week too. There's a game of chess being played and the pieces are moving around the board and sometimes there's a big play and sometimes it's like the setup plays. But that's happening right now and it's happening with silver and it's happening with maybe treasuries, I don't know. But there's clearly pieces being moved around here for like a moment for a big play. For like ultimately what they're setting up is, checkmate. That's the goal. CJ, what's your read on the silver thing? Is it like lack of confidence in the economy or is it like a much bigger thing? And it's probably part of the same thing, to be honest. But this like hope that because those are running, Bitcoin follows next. I hope. I hope that happens. I think it might happen. Also, no way am I confident that happens because I think there's something bigger going on. Now, I also hope where was that post? Hang on, was it this one? No. Where's that Mario tweet? Well, let's see. It might be right here. I think this is basically the same tweet. But again, about silver and what China's doing. Again, restricting silver exports. Company's going to need government licenses. Effectively blocks small and mid-size exporters. China controls 60 to 70% of the global silver supply. Yikes. And on top of that, the silver market was already short. Again, that's what we've heard for years now. So now double pressure. Same tactics they used with rare earth metals. Yep. Again, there's a game of chess is being played. Silver's been in a structural deficit for 5 straight years. This is around when I started hearing about. I started hearing about this in COVID. That there wasn't enough silver. Nobody was holding enough. Global demand 1.24 billion ounces. Global supply just over 1 billion ounces. Wow. Wow. Okay, interesting. No quick fix. If this is ultimately a play against the US dollar, I think that was something that was said either on the Mario tweet or somewhere else, right? If it's a play against the US dollar and our debt crisis and all of these things, still for me, there's that hopium scenario. I'm telling you, it's just hopium. But that our way out of that is something to do with crypto. It's almost like there's a line in the sand, and on one side, it's like the old system, which is I don't want to include dollars in there, which it is, but like gold-backed monies, currencies, versus like this shift over to a new backed currency, which is like maybe hybrid gold and Bitcoin or something like that. I don't know, but that's what it feels like, where it feels like it's going. CJ, it's a mix of small things, similar narrative to gold. The actual industrial use case, coupled now with hype. I'll be looking to take some profits when market opens Monday. Interesting. What do you think about broader economy? Like, I don't want to say this is like a fantasy thing, but like this dollar versus the rest of the world, right? Is silver what's going on there like something to do with our currency, with the dollar and our debt? And am I making up this line where it's like these gold-backed currencies versus maybe we shift to a like a Bitcoin-backed currency? I know that's not going to happen, but also does something like that start to happen? So that for me, that's the hopium thing. But dude, check this out too. If you didn't see, this is wild. Again, there's stuff going on. We just announced this new fleet of like aircraft carriers, the like Trump class, something like that, Trump class aircraft carriers. And then we get this news that China has these like cargo ships that have these like modular missile launchers. China's packed a deck of medium-sized cargo ships with 60 containerized vertical launch cells, radars, and weapons. Crazy shit. Come on. Shit's gonna get fun. I don't mean it. Not fun. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Dude, look at this. These are cargo ships that like are fucking like war vessels. How fucking crazy is that? And so I saw these posts and calls for like we need a radar system to detect these. I'm sure we have that already, but I don't know. I don't know. Either something's brewing, man. And this is not new. Something's been brewing now for years, and something's really been brewing for like many, many, many years. Here, let's see this. Something's brewing, boys. What is that? Okay, this is not the cargo. It's not the cargo ship thing. I don't know. War is coming. It's already happening. Like I think we're in some form of a war. I like this take, by the way. Still, I don't think there's a clearer sign that Bitcoin is far away from the status of digital gold. It's true. Hoping it was that. I still believe it will be. I still believe it will be. I still love these times, and I think these times are so important when we start doubting stuff, and then beyond doubt. There's so much more. There's so many more people right now that are so beyond like the doubt thing. They're like convinced it's over, and I say a lot. We need that. I'm happy to hear that shit. I love to hear that stuff. We need it. It's dead. It's never coming back. We need that. It makes me so fucking happy to hear it. But I thought we'd be in a different place right now. And so do most people, right? I think we all bought in. A lot of us bought in. I don't want to say we all. A lot of us bought in this idea. Trump in office, it's happening. This is the year. This is the year that gold or that Bitcoin does become digital gold. This is the moment. It's happened. We won. Didn't happen yet. In fact, if anything, I think that's an exciting idea that moment has not happened. Again, I like this take. There's one thing I learned in crypto is to stay open to the possibility that your assumptions might be wrong. And look the facts in the eyes. I like that a lot. Silver crazy. Crazy. Third most valuable asset in the world. It is. I love it. Luna's a smart dude, though. I didn't see 300%, dude. I saw like 40%. How do you, yeah. But yeah. But yeah, we're trying to still actually let's even do a quick check-in with what if we have any update on where the compromise was. If we know exactly how much, anything like that. Let's see. See if we got anything new. Seems like we don't though, dude. It's pretty quiet on this front. This is at this point like 5 or 6 hours ago. We still don't know. Yeah, still just investigating, and we don't know. I bet you still we're gonna get an update during this. I bet you we get an update. I know, dude. You know there's something else coming. You know there's something coming still. If these were our only like, and I can't call Flow a black swan, 1010, yeah. But if that was our black swan, I'm sorry, then I think we're okay. I think there's a black swan, like a real black swan coming. Do you think we should be flow like buy flow? See, I think this is what's so interesting. Normally, yes, you see a compromise, it's an opportunity to jump in something. You expect it to pop right back to where it was before. That not when everybody's like in price discovery mode and everybody believes these coins are are all bleeding out and going to nothing. I don't. I'm. I would guess there's some upside on flow right now, but I wouldn't be buying it. To me, it's a gamble. I think people are like, I think it's different now. That's it. They come out of nowhere. They come out of nowhere. And they're in ways you don't even, so we look at digital asset treasuries as a potential black swan event, but like often when they come from somewhere you're not even expecting. It's a thing you hadn't even thought about. You're like, oh, a thing happened. And even when it's happening, you don't realize like the ripple effects. But man, CJ, headline on Monday, silver tops Nvidia and becomes the second largest asset by market cap. Wow. Is that what's happening? How close is it to Nvidia? Flipped Apple, but how close is it to Nvidia? It's definitely Flow is definitely not a shit coin. No, Flow, legit. But like I think everybody, I mean, I believe most of these still were overvalued. So then again, Flow's at 170 mil. I can't believe that. But what's the value of these things? It's mimetic. So yeah, definitely not a shit coin. Very legit. Like very legit, right? Had Luke from the Dapper Labs team, the Flow team on this stream 2 weeks ago. Like love these guys. They're workers, they're builders, they're grinders. They got a great platform, but all that matters is the apps on your platform. And they, I don't know. A lot of these valuations just don't make sense. Never did. It didn't matter how crazy the market was. Valuations never made sense. They're not tied to anything. And again, now with people like rethinking valuations, I just don't know that Flow look, it probably recovers, but probably isn't enough for me to say I want to buy it. But it probably recovers, right? Usually there's a recovery after something like that. But I'm not sure it's back to where it was. And I'm not convinced. I'm not, it's different now. I feel like that's true, dude. Yeah, Doodles did do something on Flow. Actually, that's where the duplicators were, right? I think the Doodles did duplicators on Flow, and then they did the studio stuff on Base, and then they did the new collection on Solana. Yeah, I think duplicators were on Flow. Wow, dude, 4% away from flipping Nvidia. Crazy. Where would you short silver, guys? Dude, I so want to go watch this. That's it's fucking awesome. Oh shit, you can do it right on lighter. Fucking awesome. Dude, I want to peek at this real quick. Real quick, I got to check. I don't know if I've ever heard Rick Rubin's thoughts on I don't know if I've ever heard his thoughts on Bitcoin. I don't maybe I have, I don't remember. Have you guys heard a Rick Rubin take on Bitcoin? I don't think I have.
Tetragrammaton.
Tetragrammation. Hang on, let's see the description here. All right, do we have timestamps maybe? I just want to see what topics they hit here. Dude, I didn't know Rick Rubin's got a podcast. Holy shit. It's 2 hours long. Oh, dude, it's only audio. There's no video.
And I got to see how difficult and broken that was. Like, it was just me, and I had some very moderate costs for running the servers. Okay, suddenly everyone's like, okay, I'm participating in the upside of this economy. Like, we should run a surplus. I get it, you know. But currently, the way it's set up is that the stablecoins do not have that same guarantee around decentralization that Bitcoin does. So I think that is an important distinction. And so, yeah.
I don't think this is going to work. I don't know. I don't know what topics are where.
Or not. And I declined to answer the question.
And you didn't know enough to answer the question.
Yeah, I didn't.
Stocks. Are you actually buying the stock?
Yeah, what I'm going to listen to this later, but fuck, dude. Man, you guys think silver's got more room, huh? What a wild thing. Okay, do you guys think there's a rotation at some point from those metals to Bitcoin? Does Bitcoin see any benefit from any of this stuff, or do you really think Bitcoin's like absolutely cooked? Bro, that's fucking amazing. All right, I still need an update. I need some. Dude, still like nothing though. Man, I wonder what the end game is. Right? For gold, silver, platinum, all this shit. I wonder what the end game is. What is it? Where does this go? What does it look like? I don't know. Oh shit. Well, this is a little new. The attacker minted millions of flow tokens. Wow. Looks like it was a private key compromise. Minted 4 million flow and many more millions of flow and additional transactions. Wow. So, wow. Holy shit. Tokens minted. There it is. So 5 million flow. What's the transaction date? Do we see it here? Compromise. It looks like the private key compromise was over 6 months ago. Is that what he's saying? Holy shit. Well, there's some new news. Wow. I still don't know if they were able to get any money off and what side it was on, right? If it was actually on the Flow blockchain or if this was on like that Flow EVM side, right? It looks like it might have been on EVM. Yeah. Dude, fucking nuts. Fucking nuts. All right, we're still hoping for more official updates, but holy dude, they are in probably full on fucking panic mode. Yeah. Luna, let's pull it up. Fuck. Hang on. There we go. Finally got the right one, dude. Silver, is this the most bullish chart? Silver broke out from a massive cup and handle pattern that's been forming since 1979. Holy shit. Wow. This is a massive move forming since 45 years. With the current breakout and hitting my targets of 50 and 70, I consider 100 very soon and 150 next. Holy shit. Wild. Okay, here's a dumb question. Prices go up. Is this like, is this money rotating from other places in? Is this money that's being printed that's fueling this stuff? Right? This one I don't understand. Like, where does this money come from? All right, let me see if that was in a thread. Nope, let's just keep going. In the last 3 months, I've moved all the remaining USDT back into the banking system and bought gold and silver. Wow. Wow, holy shit. Only crypto assets are what? Oh, he shorted Bitcoin. Wow. I see no reason to be liquid in crypto assets, even for the next months. Some are expecting to buy the crash in the coming weeks, but the bear market will last longer, as the reality is pretty simple. Bitcoin will bottom out in September, October 26. For that reason, I see no benefit in keeping USDT. Yep, gold and silver, maybe until then. Biggest bags, Bitcoin short, and then gold, silver. And let's see. He bought Bitcoin at 85K. And he's calling that level that Luna talks about, 107. Short-term move up, even up to 107 before next leg down in February, March. Yeah, crazy. It's cool when you see some of these guys like so fucking dialed in. The most assets I'm bullish on are gold, silver, and Dubai real estate. Everything else is overvalued. Cool. It's crazy. Dude, some guys just see the future. Or it's like you guys say, he's fucking excellent at reading charts, and there's some feels that come with that too, but yeah. Since months, I'm saying that I'm bearish on stocks and Bitcoin and ultra bullish on gold and silver. In my opinion, the run is far from over. We haven't even entered the super cycle yet, which means it's early to accumulate more gold and silver. What, like, do you know why, guys? Like his thesis on why? Bitcoin's been in a bear market since September. Nothing's changed. And he's calling the bottom again next September, October. This, the biggest factor, where's liquidity? And maybe the time it takes to build that liquidity. Still thinks we see Bitcoin between 97 and 107 in the next few weeks. And he said all the way up to maybe February or so. Doesn't believe any big downside happens until February, March. Bullish on the short term, in the short term on Bitcoin. But again, only till that 107. And then expects a big old fucking dump, it seems. Next year, it's going to be really interesting. In my opinion, the market remains in extremely tight liquidity crisis. And now the markets seem to have understood that liquidity is indeed extremely low. We see on almost all recession or liquidity indicators the same levels as 2008 and worse. We have worse liquidity than during the credit Susie crisis. And somehow the banks managed to survive. Interesting. The reason for this survival is the new rule regarding the standing repo facility, which no longer limits banks to borrowing a maximum of 500 bill per day in total for all banks combined, right? It means each bank can borrow up to 240 bill per day from the Fed and needs to pay it back 1 to 2 days later with interest. Oh, shit, dude. It's funny connecting some dots. I remember seeing a chart that was showing what they're borrowing and how much they're borrowing. And now I'm connecting it to exactly this and how it's like it wasn't a good sign. It was a danger sign. Banks are not being given free money and they are not being paid to borrow. Yeah. Yeah, I think the chart was talking about like what he's saying here. The number showing that a bank could theoretically borrow up to 240 billion per day sounds huge, but it's misleading because they have to return it within the next day or two. This is fucking great. It doesn't mean the Fed is printing unlimited money or canceling tariffs or politics. It means the Fed wants to prevent sudden freezes in the financial system. The real message is that the system is fragile enough that the Fed wants to remove any chance of a liquidity accident by guaranteeing short-term cash at all times, as long as banks can provide safe assets. Now ask yourself, why all of this? Are we fighting inflation? Are we winning the fight or losing it? The real answer is we're losing the fight against inflation and debt, and I'm expecting a big crisis to happen in 26. Yeah, followed by a COVID-style money printing in late 26 and a repeat 2020 scenario. At least there's a common thing here that I think everybody is counting on something like that to happen again. Assets, real estate, gold, silver, Bitcoin, everything will increase. Money will keep losing value. And that's the reality. Yeah. That is coming again. And it might be bigger. If you combine that, I'm connecting dots. Maybe they don't need to be connected. But if you combine that with the big old boom that we're expecting to see from AI and the whole robotics thing, that's the ingredients right there for that crazy scenario. Crazy scenario. It's pretty good. When was this written? This was not long ago. Yeah, what? A week ago. Where's this guy based out of? Yeah, he's great. None, yeah, right? Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know if we've gotten an update on that either. Yeah, the trust wallet thing's crazy. Couple big compromises here the past couple days. All right. It seems like nothing else new on Flow just yet. At least we got that one little update. Somebody minted 5+ mil tokens. I love that. It's like a great infomercial. Luna, do you know where he's based, or is he like our, I don't know, Chinese quant? That was a great post. Yeah, Survive 26. Or maybe it's, yeah, he is. Yeah. Maybe it's go get comfy in gold and silver. What a crazy thing. But yeah, it's crazy seeing those metals pumping and not feel like it's a good thing happening. You know what I mean? I mean, like, good if you're in them, yeah, but like, is it a good thing happening? Don't know. Dude, I love seeing that Ron dude still streaming. I love that guy. The unicorn fart dust. Dude, what is that? Hang on. Haven't thought about that token in forever. Fuck. Dude, unicorn fart dust should be on my 25 list, maybe. Totally fucking forgot about that coin. Unicorn fart dust is what? It's at 9 mil. How high did UFD get? 500? Did unicorn fart dust get to 500 mil? It got to 330, 337. Holy fuck, dude. Holy fuck. It's just wild remembering all the things that have happened. Is crypto done? Done for now. Seems it. Done for good? No. Friend bought 15 SOL of UFD at 7K market cap, sold at 21K for 45 SOL profit. God damn it, dude. Those are the stories that hurt, and also you didn't lose, so good. But those are the stories that hurt, knowing that guy That guy. Misgenerational wealth. Like that real fucking generational wealth. I have a buddy, actually one of the guys at Crypto Slam, very similar story with Whiff. Same thing in Whiff, crazy early. Like I would say probably same levels. I think at its peak, yeah, I think his story was like he missed out on like it was like $75 million or something like that. Those stories hurt. Those stories hurt. Oh, that sucks. That sucks. Oh, shitty dude. That hurts. Yep. Yep. There you go, man. Yeah, crazy. When the Clarity Act passes, it'll be a year and a half before it's in full effect, like the Genius Act. I didn't know that with the Genius Act until like this past week. I didn't know that even when it passes, it's like, takes a year or two to implement. I think the Genius Act is not fully implemented till like 2027. So maybe we get all these like stars aligning thing. We'll go with like the Dr. Profit, idea that there's going to be another money printing event next year, end of next year. I can get with that. And combine that with the fact that then Clarity Act and Genius Act will be like baked in. And then what? I don't know. But yeah, see, yeah, I didn't realize. And maybe that's why there's these comments, right? The all markets will be on chain within 2 years. I think it was Atkins that said that. But Jesus. This is nuts too. So random degen, 2 years ago, I copy traded Nancy Pelosi as a joke. First trade was 38,000. 3 months later, it turned into 108K. Seeing the strategy works, I added more cash to copy more of her trades. Made him $668,000 in 2 years. That's fucking nuts. These fucking criminals, dude. These fucking criminals. What a crazy ass thing. What's up over on Abstract, by the way, GM? God, dude. Like you just, as much as you hate those people, you do not hate them enough. You don't hate them enough. The difference between the medium home price and household income has reached $343,000, the largest gap in history. Can't continue. I don't know. I don't know. No, there's no rules anymore. Can't continue. Top is in. Sellers outnumber buyers by historic margins. I don't see a way home prices don't begin to fall off a cliff. Maybe, probably. I don't know. Again, I don't think any. I don't know if any of the rules matter anymore. It's just like pushing buttons and pulling levers to fix this thing, which breaks that thing, and then another button is pushed and lever pulled to fix that thing, and it's all you like, right? The older you get, the more you see how fucked up it is and how fake it is. And at least for me, I wish I saw this so much earlier. But that'd be baller. Actually, somebody did that already. Luna, somebody did that on virtuals. It might have been called Pelosi. I think it was Pelosi AI. Yeah, somebody did that. Yeah, somebody literally did that on virtuals. What a fucking thing. You do not hate them enough. And it's all of them. And you should hate them because they hate you. Because, Luna, because I bet it doesn't work. I don't think it's these ones. Now I'm trying to remember what it was called. But yeah, somebody definitely launched that here, like in the spring. But yeah, it would work. I mean, clear that guy's the proof. It would work. Fuck these people, man. With silver prices nearing $80 an ounce, people should prepare for a banking contagion. No clue what institutions are at risk, but I'm guessing they'll be looking for a Fed bailout. Why? Oh, hang on. This might be, hang on, what is, I got to see what that reverse repo is. I think that was the chart I was talking about earlier that Dr. Profits was talking about. Yeah, no, that's exactly it. That was the chart that I saw where he was describing, I think it was him describing how banks borrow money, repay it. Yeah, that was Dr. Profit saying, yeah, those were the charts I saw. How it was like skyrocketing, but that it's a bad sign. But yeah, I don't know what this would mean in any kind of contagion and any kind of banks at risk here. But there is something coming that sounds pretty fucking interesting, pretty fucking bad. I think, I don't know. And then I'm going to leave this on screen for a minute. Grab a drink, BRB. Let's see. By the way, how was your guys' Christmas? Anybody do cool shit? Anybody get cool shit? Gold price doesn't matter to me. It's a store of value. As soon as you trade your fiat for gold, you're not losing money anymore. Yeah, I like that. I'll show you. Coolest thing I got. This is fucking awesome. The Invincible. I had to come up with something because like my family always asks me like what they can get me. I'm like, I like everything. I like everything. And I finally threw this out to them. Like I like Invincible. I've read all the comics at some point, and like the animated series or show or whatever is fucking great. I'm like, dude, I would love to own like the like the largest print of it or whatever. And so I threw this at them a few months back, and I'm like, it's a perfect gift because she could, like, the fam could get me one a year for the next like 7 years, and they fucking did it. Dude, it's amazing. It's huge. Dude, it's huge. It was so cool. So I'm going to read through this over, I don't know, eventually. I've read it all. I just wanted to have something to collect. So that was my coolest thing, along with the Beeple print. I got a Beeple print in the mail. It wasn't a Christmas thing. It was just like a random ass thing. But I got a Beeple print from my buddy Anthony, which is fucking awesome. How to show that. I have a Beeple that's going to be on my wall here soon, but it's in my hands. Diffuse control. It's an exhibit at the LA Museum, LA CMA, Los Angeles Cultural something. I don't know. LACMA. So exhibit in LA. You kind of mix. It's got a couple of parameters, right? You mix in this like diffusion thing, and you pick an image, and it's like generative a bit, like it's right randomized, but you tweak the image and you print it out, and there is my Beeple print that will be hanging on my wall. Can't wait. Can't fucking wait. It's badass. It is. It was badass. And maybe one day worth something, but I doubt it, right? Then you can just go there and print it. They're $75. So I don't think worth anything, but also cool. It's cool to have a Beeple print from a piece that, you know, it goes on display sometimes, not always. And I think each time it goes on display, it's different, like, base images. So, you know, maybe these images are, you know, maybe they're retired. So maybe there's some rarity to it, but it's a Beeple print, and I love it. And by the way, you know, somebody was asking me what NFTs, I think might have been Mike Bennett, asking me what NFTs I would buy. Probably nothing. But if I were buying something, you know, like this is in that scenario that, you know, NFTs have some life next year, and I'm not sure they do. I'm not betting they do, but this is probably there. Even at that price, maybe, but a regular animal is probably on that list. There's not much on that list. Silver's an interesting ape right now. Yeah. Oh, Mike Bennett's here. Mike, it was you, right? Asking about NFTs? I think so. What's up, Tickle? Good morning, man. So yeah, that's on the list. That is on the list. Anyway, okay. All that fuckery, everything we just talked about from Dr. Prophet's thesis, his thesis makes the most sense time frame wise, and I still say there is, based on nothing, based off hopium, based off of thoughts of crime still happening, that maybe next year's not terrible. But for me, he had all these great points. For me, the biggest takeaway there is liquidity. And like, guys, that's like the easiest thing for us to understand, right? Like just associate it with like NFTs or with meme coins, stuff that we're like, you know, we're pretty fucking familiar with. When there's no liquidity in the ecosystem, you know what happens to prices. You know what happens when there's no liquidity on a token. And then spread that out. If there's no liquidity in a specific ecosystem, then you're not playing in that ecosystem. And if there's no liquidity on a chain, well, you're not going to play in that chain. And it's what's happening. That is the most important factor. I don't know next year. I think Dr. Prophet's probably right on. And then I think there's a chance for crime and fuckery, and that, who knows? But that liquidity doesn't show up all at once, or if it does, things get exciting, but it's not there now. I think that's the point. It's not there now. Like, liquidity's kind of left crypto. So what happens if what Dr. Prophet is saying happens, which is, you know, we're in a bear market, and then it continues, and we finally reach a bottom September, October next year, and then money printer turns on, and we see that 2020 COVID kind of scenario play out again. And that's part of, at least for me, that whole 5-year thesis, or 2030, and like all these things that still I'm betting on, that I still believe are going to happen. And I love hearing a guy like him say he believes it's going to happen too. like the money printing thing, and we see a repeat of 2020. And I believe, in a way, know it's going to happen. That's cool, Mike. That's cool shit. That's fucking cool. I love it. But if that scenario happens, and I believe it's happening, and it's more of it's a timing thing. I wasn't so sure. He said 26, end of 26. I didn't think 26. I thought that's more like, I just believe that's going to happen sometime by 2030. I think they're going to have to. I think things are breaking so significantly that they have to do that. If it's 26, great. I mean, 27 is going to be a wild year probably. But if you combine, it's cool shit, Mike. If you combine the money printer being turned on with like Elon is saying, if applied intelligence is a proxy for economic growth, triple digit, that's crazy. Is he talking GDP growth is possible in 5 years? But he's talking about double-digit growth coming in a year to a year and a half. Combine that with the money printing, it's probably part of the same story, right? The growth happens. Is it because there's so much more money? Money printer on tech has companies extremely profitable, productive. I keep saying productivity and profits. It's all part of the same thing. I'm still betting that money gets real silly in the next, I've been saying 5 years at this point, 4 years, that money gets really silly in the next 4 years. It has to do with the dollar being worth less and less and less and less because there's so many more dollars. So the US dollar value of your thing is going to go up a lot. Like a lot. And I still come back to my favorite NFTs as one of those interesting plays you can make.
But there's only basically one way to make everyone wealthy, and that is AI and robotics. But
maybe. Hopium. I hope. It makes sense. I hope, and actually it's that one's further than I hope. It's I believe that scenario plays out. They have to give us money to keep us from, I mean this too, from being in the streets. At some point it gets there. They have to. Stimmies will be normal. This is wild too. Macro hard. That looks like a fucking, like a CPU, doesn't it? That's pretty cool. Like maybe by design, maybe, I don't know. XAI will have more AI compute than everyone else combined in less than 5 years. Crazy shit. And again, we talked this 2 days ago. Actually, Christmas Day. That was I loved that stream. That was fun. But the robotics thing's coming. Cuban's weighing in. It's coming. Yeah, he agrees. He's talking about taxing robots and AI. Taxing them, and this is where UBI comes from, is taxing the productivity of this automated stuff. So you tax those and you give that money back to people via UBI and higher income and higher wages. Again, like trusting that companies are going to give employees more money because they want to. That's not how it works. Because they have to is not how it works either, but something's going to have to change there too. They're going to have to. By the way, I'm going to throw this up. This is totally off topic, but for my my nerd friends out there, how fucking cool is that? Henry Cavill in the Christopher Reeve Superman outfit. Fucking cool. That's awesome. Yeah, that's fucking cool. Also, who's watching Stranger Things? It's funny. Everybody's clutching their pearls over this thing. It's crazy. I couldn't be further from like the woke shit, and this didn't bother me in the slightest, and I think it worked. And I thought, actually, I think season 5, the first batch of shows sucked. I thought were awful, and then the second batch I thought were great. I thought it was way better. But like this moment, I thought was solid. Mike, what do you think? You like him? I didn't like volume 1 at all. I thought the dialogue was so bad. I did not like volume 1 like at all. But volume 2 I thought was pretty good. It felt more Stranger Thingsy. It felt like, not the best of Stranger Things. And I don't think Stranger Things is some masterpiece like at all. But it felt like Stranger Things. The first 4 episodes did not. They were so weak. I thought it was so weak, but episode or volume 2 was way better. Way better. Like better. They just had better moments with the characters. But I thought this part was totally fine. I thought it fit, and they've been telegraphing this is like clearly what was going to happen, and I think it worked, and it made sense, and it wasn't some fucking cringe woke moment, even if it is like a little bit. Even if, yeah, I mean, I get it. It is a little bit, but again, it was always heading to this. Damn. Yeah, Mike, I'm there. Good enough. Good enough to keep me going till finale, and in the end, say it was a good show. It's not Breaking Bad or anything like it. It's not that, but yikes, dude. Sounds crazy saying it, doesn't it? All right, who's going to die? Who's dying? Who's dying in Stranger Things? I'm either leaning heavy into nobody dies, and I was telling my kids this because everybody's saying they're all going to die, and these 3 or these 5 or what. I'm like, I think nobody's going to die. I don't get a sense that either nobody dies or like one person dies, and there's now a poly market. Well, let's pull it up. God, that's so cool. It seems like there's a poly market trader who might be an insider. It's serious, dude. You know what? I gotta see if the missus will sit down and watch the rest. I'm the one who hasn't. I go to bed so early now. But yeah, I'm on episode 5 of Dairy. I think I have 4 to go, or 3 to go, or 5, 6, 7, 8. I got to finish 5 and I think 3 more. It was, dude, Dairy. Episode 1 I thought was so stupid. Like I hated it, and then every episode got better till I got to the point we were at on episode 5. I'm like, oh, this is actually good. This is pretty good. And now I bet if I watch episode 1, it's actually good now that I get it a bit more. But yeah, Stranger Things. Who's gonna die? I don't think Steve dies. I lean towards, okay, so it looks like an insider. This is somebody with like a new account who bet like 35, 40,000 bucks on 11, and then threw out a couple other bets on completely random markets, maybe to throw people off. But it feels like an insider's calling that 11 dies. And I think maybe. But I lean like 11, or I lean Dustin. Actually, no, now that I'm thinking about it, I don't think it'll be Dustin. Ooh, let me see. Listen to a podcast on AI. We're cooked. Elon says the UBI in public, but that we're cooked in private. Yeah. Well, but he doesn't. I wouldn't be surprised by that, by the way. I wouldn't be surprised at all. But he says UHI. And it's like the hopium scenario. It is total hopium. But I know we're cooked. At some point we're cooked. And again, everything has to change. Like, again, as generic as that sounds, it's what it is. I don't know what it looks like, but everything is going to break. When it's all automated, it's going to break. Something has to give. And if we're cooked, again, this is the scenario they have to avoid, is people that don't have jobs or don't make enough money and you can't afford anything will be on the streets burning shit down. It gets to that point at some point. And that's all they have to avoid. How much money do they have to literally give people to keep that from happening? And that doesn't make sense here today, right now, of course, but in 5 years or 10 years, it might start making a lot more sense. We'll hit that level where it's something they're going to have to do. 11's supposed to sacrifice herself. Yeah. Yeah, see, I don't buy that. Okay, so here's a scenario. I hope everybody's watched it. If not, tune out for a minute. But I think the scenario is either 11 dies. I don't think she does. I think it's what's her dad's name? I think Jim Hopper like saves her last minute and he dies. Maybe he dies. I don't think Steve dies. I lean towards Dustin maybe, although I think, you know, I just picture how it ends and he's still got to be like happy sad because he lost his best friend in season 4, but like so I think they save Dustin so he can have his happy sad moment. I kind of don't see any of them dying except for Jim Hopper. Maybe. I'm kind of leaning towards nobody dies though. But then again, they have killed major characters, so we got to get somebody. I just have trouble seeing it be 11. Yeah, I could see it, whatever. Maybe 11 dies. Also, here's the crazy part. It's not even crazy. Here's the big part. I don't give a shit. I'm like no investment into this show. It's good, but it's good. It's good enough. And Mike, you said that before. Good enough. Good enough, but also, who's the monster nerd? Will's not going to die. Jonathan, no. Joyce, no. Like, yeah, I can't picture any. Someone will die. And I hope to God it's somebody that was important. It totally could be Steve. I kind of lean towards Jim Hopper dies. 11 or Jim. I guess because we think there's an insider here, I'll go 11. Okay, I'm just going to lock it in. I'll go with the low-hanging fruit here. We'll say 11 dies because an insider is betting on that. 11 dies. I bet you, too, we find out early. I bet you it leaks early. I bet you this shoots up to like 99%. I hope they all die. That'd be the best. That'd be the best outcome. All of them die. Dude, what's going to be the next major show? I miss like having like the show everybody watch. What's the next major show? Is it that Pluribus, whatever on Apple, or I think Fallout's gotten good. Season 2 is going on now. I wonder what, like, I'm ready for like that next, like everybody watches it, you know? Oh, the monster nerd kid. Name starts with a V. Oh, like the Vecna dude, the villain. So like the human version of him. Got it. Yeah, I think he's got to die. That would make sense. But we need one of the good guys, the good ones to die. Again, you don't hate these people enough. You don't. I hate them plenty, and it's still not enough. People understand their lives are being ruined by boomer greed. Angry Zoomers and millennials will soon rip down policies that prevented cheap housing from being built. I can't wait. I can't wait. Can't wait till the boomers are gone. We're getting close. Things will be really different then, too. There is some reasons to be, like, optimistic, kind of.
On housing, you talked in your address last night about housing.
Yeah.
Are you still considering a national emergency over housing?
I'm looking at it.
What would
yeah,
that look
I'm
like?
looking
What would
at
that
it.
look like?
You know, there's two thoughts on housing. You have a lot of people have housing that because we have such a strong time and such a strong market, their houses are very valuable. It's a big part of their net worth, their house. I don't want to knock those numbers down because I want them to continue to have a big value for their house. At the same time, I want to make it possible for young people out there and other people to buy housing. In a way, they're at conflict. In other words, you create a lot of housing all of a sudden, and it drives the housing prices down. So I want to take care of the people that have houses that have a value to, you know, to the house that they never thought possible, that have sort of made them wealthy and happy, and you know, especially in their later years. Got to be careful with that. I want to keep them up. At the same time, I want to make it possible for people to go buy houses.
I don't know what. Like deductions, write-offs, subsidies for buying homes, the 50-year mortgage shit like that. He's talking that. It just, again, how fake it is that the push of a button, they can change something. They can wreck your wealth. They could open up opportunities. It's all fake. It's all fake. It's bullshit. It's all fake. Hate these people, dude. Am I the only one who feels like crypto might be nearing its final days? Personally, I think crypto will survive through a few assets like Bitcoin and ETH, but with the rise of AI, quantum computing, new tech attracting fresh capital feels harder than ever. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Dude, all that VC money is in AI. I guess it's got room to flow from there to other places, but it's not flowing back to crypto. Yeah, maybe crypto as an industry is done. Yeah, dude, it's fucking interesting out there right now. Fits with the end of 18-year real estate cycle. 26 to 27, then 3 to 4 year bear. Everything feels like it's lining up for the 2030 thing. Remember the Great Reset was 2030, right? Remember that when that fucking ad came out, the like you'll own nothing and you'll be happy? Remember that whole thing? That was 2030, wasn't it? That was crazy. That was wild when that fucking trailer ad came out. 2030, you'll own nothing and you'll be happy. With that, I don't even remember if that was like an official, like kind of promo video, whatever it was, right? And I think it was. But it was like, that was such a disaster as far as like PR. But don't think that that whole idea went away, right? That whole idea didn't go away. That just got, I don't know, kind of buried, repackaged, whatever. It's very much coming. Yeah. Yeah. It's very much coming. 2030, I think, is going to be a very, very important year, very big year, very consequential year. What's up, Gravity? Good morning, man. It's not far. Dude, it comes so quick. It does. It comes so fucking fast now. Oh, brother. Let's see. Just feels, or we're seeing some stuff? And let's do another check with Flow. Yeah, we still have the tariff domino to fall. You know, it's still, they're going to be ruled illegal. What's up, man? What's up, BTC? Good morning, sir. Yeah, the tariff domino is still going to fall. Okay, where's our update? I don't know. Dash still going too, huh? I don't know, but that makes me think of pizza, and now I'm hungry. So thank you. Jason Pizzino. This dude? No. Should I? Should I be following him? Dude, I put some serious fucking time into Binding Isaac yesterday. Gotta tell you boys, the best video game ever made. And I just unlocked a whole bunch of characters that I didn't know I could unlock that changed the game. It's the guys, the best game ever. I know I want to buy everybody here Binding Isaac. I really fucking do. I really do. It's the best game ever. One day I want to do that. You'll have to let me. Edge, don't you do this to me. I still don't. It's the liquidity thing. I don't see it. I don't get it. Also, I hope. Look, I'll say this. I still believe Bitcoin all-time high next year. I really do. Remember, we got, 4chan Anon's back. You saw that, right? Same guy who called the top on October 6th has called Bitcoin to 250K next year. Does it mean something? No. But yeah, no, I need all the hopium right now. All of it. Take it all. Every little bit. You know, we've got like some of the stars aligning here for next year. In a way, we've got like, I look for perfect storms of what could happen that would be fucking sweet. Let's get the strategic Bitcoin reserve funded, right? Let's get a plan to buy Bitcoin. We got Cynthia Loomis heading out though. That sucks. That's scary. Like kind of is, but strategic Bitcoin reserve. Let's get that going. Let's get the innovation exemption. That'll do something. We get the Clarity Act passed. We get Elon coming back. Maybe brings back maybe the trenches. I don't believe that yet. I do think they come back, but we'll see. Is this fucking real? What a fucking weirdo. That's a fucking weird picture, dude. Is that fake? I don't know why that picture bugs me. We'll follow. Let's see what's up. Luna, you liked it, huh? It's the Bitcoin all-time high that he's laughing at. It's probably silly, but I believe it. Based on clearly not technicals. It's hope. It's hope. I'm going to let it guide me. Oh, yeah. Hang on. Speaking of hope, this ain't a hope thing. This is a fucking incredible thing, guys. I would love if I could like snap my fingers and a thing happens. I would love for us all to be at a movie theater on December 18th. God damn, dude. I hate that I like movies again. I hate it. I hate that I like anything part of pop culture. Fucking hate it. But if I could, I'd snap my fingers and we'd all be at the movie theater on December 18th watching, what's the Marvel movie? Doomsday and Dune 3. Fuck Doomsday, to be honest, but Dune 3. Ben Cowan said it's possible in his video. Yeah. Maybe I should say it that way. I'm very open to it. I'm not betting on it, but Luna, do you for real? Luna, are you balling that hard, dude? That's badass, man. I hope that's real. By the way, I don't think that's really him. Nope. Dude, Luna, we're going to take you up on that, I think. I'll put it that way, I think. I'm open. I'm very open to Bitcoin LTMI. Who the fuck isn't, though? But I'm very open. Again, Paul Atreides shit, like, there is a narrow path or some shit. What does he say? I need to get that right.
You can see.
Visions are clear now. I see possible futures all at once. Our enemies are all around us. And in so many futures they prevail. But I do see a way. There is a narrow way through.
That's it, boys. There is a narrow way through. It's real fucking narrow. It's real fucking narrow. That's it. Damn, I think that I got to change my PFP to this guy. I think that's it. I see so many futures, right? I see them, but there's a narrow way through. Is possible. We'll take something drastic. We'll take something very, very drastic, very, very fucking different. We must avoid all black swan event-y kind of things. We must avoid many fucking things. But there is a way. We got to make it happen. I think we have no control. We got no fucking control over it. They got to give it to us. They got to give it to us. And it'll be via crime. And I'm here for it. Fuck, dude. Well, I think I'm going to save a lot of the NFT stuff for tomorrow, which is Lost Harvesting. It's the Yuga Labs thing. We'll say the Yuga Labs thing I think is really fucking cool. I think it's cool. It's also potentially a big old nothing burger. It's like still part of the end of the end. I like that. NATO way through. Yeah. Yuga Labs acquired Unreal Engine-based creator platform that powers other side from Improbable. Is that M squared or is it M squared Improbable is from M squared? Whatever. They acquired the studio, I guess, behind the other side because it's not in-house, right? Bringing their devs over. So this is Yuga, and we'll do this tomorrow, but this is them doubling down on the metaverse, which is not a very popular meta right now. And most people do not believe metaverse comes back. Same scenario, same thing, it's on some Paul Atreides shit. See all these, outcomes where our enemies prevail, but there is a narrow path. I actually think it's a little more than narrow. I do think metaverse is more of a thing. Everything's in cycles, right? The pendulum just keeps swinging. Metaverse is on the other end of it. It is so uncool right now. And nobody wants it. And nobody can see how that works or that will even want to spend time in it. And it'll swing the other way. And that happens. Again, money makes everything seem possible and seem cool. And when that money printer is back on and the AI thing is happening, and that pendulum is swinging back the other way, people will be like, "Oh yeah, dude, it's kind of cool again, and I can see this future we're heading into." And there'll be a moment where metaverse is back, and if they're positioning themselves to be that, they're really positioning themselves to be the Fortnite. Still, like they have been for a while. They didn't have that narrow enough focus. They didn't, and I don't think they had the tools and the resources to do it. They got the money, they don't got the talent and team. They might now. So that's interesting. Again, I'm not convinced it works, but that is their best path. Other than the other thing they're doing too, which is the IRL cool events. They just got to be the cool club, and they're not, and they need to be. And that IRL clubhouse is a big thing. I think that's important for them, but they just pick your thing and stick to it. And that's your everything. And for them, it's metaverse. And I think that's the right play, even if it's not, the right play for today. It's the right play for 5 years from now. M2 new all-time high, 22.3 trill. I see a lot of AI podcasters buying the new Oculus. It does AR. Is there a new one? Remember there was the Oculus 3? Is there a brand new one? I love that stuff. I love that. AR is incredible. And again, I do think I think metaverse works better in VR, AR. I mean, I think that just makes sense. I don't know if there's a brand new one, but yeah, I love that shit. Yeah, you know what it is? You can't shake the feeling of, when like when crypto, you first got in, it clicked and you knew it would be, what it is starting to be today, but you knew it would be more. But when you knew, and it's because you got your hands on it and you felt it and you know what you felt how game changing it was. AR and VR is exactly that. You put it on, you're like, oh my God. This is fucking mind boggling. It's so cool. So that happens. And it's just, they're so uncomfortable. But it's one of those things when you put it on, that's going to work. Because when anybody puts it on, if you don't get motion sick, right? And you can just deal with the discomfort, it's fucking wild and it's exciting and you want it to work. So I think it's going to work. Silver, god damn it. You Silver bros, GG's for you. And it sounds like we still got some life ahead of us, Silver. Sounds like we got a lot of life still, or room in Silver. Sounds like it. All right. I think we'll wrap there. I'm going to go listen to the Brian Armstrong. Quest 3 is the latest. All right. Yeah, I want one of those, dude. Brian Armstrong, Rick Rubin podcast. I think I'm going to go throw that on and get ready. Dude, so much to do today. I'm going to get the marathon show from a couple weeks ago split up, start getting those tweeted out, start planning new shows, start planning for the 25 of 25, start talking predictions for next year. Privacy will, I'm telling you now, privacy will be the top. That's going to be my top, thing I'm looking at for next year, privacy. And AI will be there too. So we'll get into that next week. Nice, Luna. Okay, cool. Appreciate you a ton, man. Luna, do you have a movie theater in your home? Answer. You must answer. I'm trying to feel out how much of a baller Luna is. I think he's balling. And no matter what, he's just fucking cool. So he's got that to fall back on. How the fuck do you not got a girl, man? That's what doesn't make sense. Just gonna be honest, Luna. That doesn't make sense. But cool shit. All right, guys, have a great day. Make sure you subscribe to Inside NFTs on YouTube. Do you know what's weird? First off, I got to save this video because it's awesome. The crypto content is really interesting right now. I don't think I've ever had a month where my followers go down or subscribers go down. But right now, I'm down like 4 subs in the past 28 days. I saw it, I'm like, dude, that's weird. Even in a bear market, maybe I would drop like 1 and then I would gain 1. And maybe it has happened before where I've like dropped a few over a 28-day period. And I don't get big numbers, right? Like, so that's not what it's about. But like the Crypto Slam account is bleeding out subs. And then my account wasn't. Mine was still going the other way. I was still increasing in subs with no marketing, no promo, no whatever, just organic. But past month, down 4. It's weird. People are really turning away from crypto. But again, I need that side. It's dead. It's not coming back. It's over. It's done. I need that because we don't get the extreme other side without it. We don't get it. So this is great. Enjoy this part because this isn't always there. Follow me, HUDAH_idiot on X. And there we go. Have a great day, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, all that shit. We'll see you. Goodbye.